Welcome back to another episode of I Am Ready for Love, ready to love myself, ready to love someone else, and ready to teach someone else how to love me.
Sister, the bad seductive look.
Wow. Anyhow, guys, we're back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about how we knew we were the one.
No.
I got this question. I put out a poll on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, what are you doing with your life? All right, so I put out a poll on Instagram and I was asking you guys to send in questions, So it wasn't really a poll, it was a ask me questions thing. And one question that I got a lot of was, oh, you didn't know said Jerome did that one, and oh, Uno know said Uno was the one, and oh, Jerome knew he wanted to marry you, and a lot of questions surrounding that one general topic. So let's get into it. Mr. Greenland.
Yes, madam.
You met me in 2017. We started school together and we started university together, and we had one connection, as in we crossed paths one time in the beginning of school. I think you guys know about that, the grubbing night, induction night, whatever. And he carried me on his back. He didn't remember that. I remembered though, because I was the one being carried. And then we never really crossed paths again. We were in one class together, two classes. We were in two classes together because and Caribbean thought, yeah. I don't remember him being in any of those classes.
I remember in
Caribbean thoughts, because we were in the same group.
Yeah.
Do I remember that? I don't.
People say you're insignificant to some people.
No, you don't remember me.
Not that
either.
you are insignificant,
No.
but in their minds, you're insignificant.
But you don't remember me either.
I remember you were in the group because I said to you that you were the one who created the template for the PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
And I put on the information.
I think I remember that I spoke to you when then they said I'm gonna go on the trip for the group work, and I was like, Jerome, I go on the trip, and you said no, and I was like, yeah, you didn't.
I went to Marcus Garvey thing there.
I sent and then it come.
Another group that Medina. My group go downtown to Marcus Garvey place. And one next day now.
We had not did then go down there, so I did have class, and then come and St. Anne.
Well, I didn't go to the center. I went to downtown.
They came to St. Anne and made an ask if you are going. You say you're not going, but me did have class, so I couldn't go.
We go downtown, but you never come.
I had class.
And you never go St. Anne?
Because most of them did it in the same course. I was not in the Funo course.
Okay.
So anyhow, I never go on another group trip then because me did have class. So that subject was a core subject. Every first year I have to do it, but we come from different faculties. So the timetables then kind of all over the place. And I was doing second and third year courses. So me never have plenty a day. Yeah, me never have plenty of them the course day. Yeah, so my timetable was totally different from Fidemon. Anyhow, we didn't cross paths much, so we never really remember one another. Him did live upstairs, me live downstairs.
I actually knew you after a while that you were there and that you were so and so, but not that we were friends. And for me,
Not that me mean.
But that's why I get it better. Like, for me, if me not really like
friendly.
Yeah, most all these my pass and say good evening.
Like, I will go and move on.
But I think some people actually get me wrong in the sense that they think say me have friends. I don't have friends. Like,
actually, he must have like 2 or 3 friends. He has 3 friends.
Very smart.
3 friends.
I will talk to people if I see you. Good morning, good evening. If you have something to say to me, you can talk to me and that's it. But yeah. The advance.
Friendly, yeah, social.
So I just see her downstairs, but
Yeah.
we just know see her student here, so I pass and tell her good morning, good evening, I'm gone.
Yeah, so we're not really, we weren't connected like that. I remember one day somebody made a pass and over here somebody else said, Jerome and girlfriend, they down there. So I'm like, oh, and it wasn't anything to me because
Come on, the camera contract was a Jerome and girlfriend.
no, we're talking about it. We're talking about it, no? We're talking about it. Anyhow, So
this?
it was nothing to me. We weren't looking at each one and eye up one another. We never did see each other and feel butterflies and all these lovely things for years and all of that. My second year was our second year.
No, your final year was my second year.
It was both of our second years.
It was something like that.
Yeah, so second year was my final year and
I was doing 3, she was doing 2.
yeah. So because we were both advanced students,
Yeah,
right?
but you were more advanced than me.
Yeah.
So I came in it, yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, so what was my point again?
So it's not like so we did deliberately cross path.
Yeah, we weren't eyeing up each other. We have classes together. We never realized so we have classes together. Like it was just cordial, like morning, bye, kind of thing.
I would say after knowing you in terms of probably seeing you or being introduced to you for the first time,
First time?
As in the first time I meet, like first time I get hired. Getting to know you
As a friend,
Yeah,
like,
as a friend.
yeah.
We weren't friends, but
As an associate.
yeah, somebody will live on the down, live on, yeah. I wasn't interested in her where relationship is concerned.
Kind of married people.
I wasn't married, but I was
Taken. You were taken.
no, I'm trying to find the word that Jada used.
He
was in
was
an
in an entanglement. Wow. Wow. You never in a no entanglement here, people. Don't make him trick, no.
Anyways, I was in a relationship, and for me, I was just okay at the space that I was.
Yeah.
Now I'm paying up there's no mind, just a focus there, so you understand. So seeing her, I was just seeing her through the lens of not searching for somebody, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How do I transition from there to actually know that I'm interested in this girl?
Go and watch how we met and how we became together.
Alright.
Well, go watch that video there.
Alright. So after the relationship I just mentioned before was no longer a thing, I think I gave myself some time and I dealt with me and basically say, okay, do I really want to move on, or like do I really want to talk to somebody now, that kind of thing. And for the most part I said okay, and I remember I basically scanned my environment, because for me, if I'm going to talk to somebody, I want to talk to somebody who I know. There are some people who can go up on social media and find somebody and that work for them, that's fine. But for me, if you actually like see you, so you operate, so you move on everything, then that will start to grab me. And I scanned my environment, and after I scanned my environment, I think I came down with 2 persons. I came down with 2 persons, and I was saying,
Other person, big up yourself.
I call it, yeah.
You
But
see you're doing big things out there.
yeah, but
Alright, go on.
let me not say anything on that matter. I came down with 2 persons, and how I came by those 2 persons, there were some core things that I was looking for. First, one will say, yeah, she's really, really gorgeous in terms of face. You understand? Me like a pretty lady. Like, some people might say no, it's a pretty, but that's my word for now, okay? Like a beautiful woman. So I say, alright then 2B look really, really nice. Then I start assess personality, because like people, there are certain things about me, I'm unique in some ways. Some man go to the lady, them have the whole heap of friend them, like the bag of friend them. Me can't deal with the woman them with the bag of friend them, like I got a problem, like you call me hard and this bag out me can't deal with that. So that was something that I didn't interested in. For me, most and foremost, the most important thing for me though, looking for a woman, was the maturity in terms of their mindset, how they think, how they rationalize things, their outlook on life, in terms of how they treat others, how they behave. That kind of something that it speaks volume to me, right? So I think the maturity was why I zoom in on those 2 persons and say, okay, I can be friends with everybody and can talk with everybody else, but then 2 persons, yeah, if I should pursue a wife, I think I don't want to go A or B. Yes.
Tell me that what A or B.
You remember?
Go on your ways.
Anyways, so after that now, I deliberately try to find myself in a situation or in situations that I could talk to the 2 persons But from very, very early stage, because of appointments at school, I had to work with the other person closely because of leadership something, you know, I said too much.
Them are gonna know.
No, they're not
the people
gonna know.
that went to our school are going
They're
to
still
know.
not gonna know. But because of that, I get to...
No, they're not gonna know the person.
No, but
them
if
are
I
gonna
say
know the
too much, they
role.
might know. No. It could be class, group, whatever group, I don't say anything. Because of that though, I get to interact with that other person closely. And interacting with that person, I say, hell no. I said, this spelled trouble. Like, what I saw and what I came to realize, like, me and you now go work a problem this. Problem. So, right now, I just cross out and say, I'm not focus over here anymore. And then now I started to program Kanisa in the sense that me I try.
Program?
No, not program as in manipulate, but feature her. That's a better word for this context. And I try to set up myself to actually find myself in situations that I can actually talk to her and get to know her. And I did not make up my mind completely yet, even after talking to her like alone, because I remember some late nights you just sit down with the door and talk. Just talk alone, yeah, and we just a reason to talk and
after the campus clear, 9 o'clock.
We sit down outside. I would talk, and that happened for quite a few weeks. And not even then, I did not finalize in my mind say, yeah, but I think I became more interesting as the days go by. And there was a point that she said something about church and the denomination I'm going and something. And that's what I'm saying, she did it deliberately.
Exactly. I was hoping you would say that.
She did that deliberately to basically test me. Because after I find out, she was basically coming from the same space as me. But when she said no, then we just finish up the conversation. I'm just going to my room and say, you?
Me did that provoke him, really.
You just say, you come off of my list. Me done with you. I'm going to say, I thought. And then it seemed like this is not what I actually think it was. But then later on, I found out so this girl was basically, I eased me off. And I tried to push me away. So she said, all kind of thing to get to me. So, how me finally decide say I think she was consistent in terms of who she is. And the thing that stood out to me was that she challenged me, and I didn't used to that. Like, find person, my group, or challenge me per se. That was a thing that was uncommon in my space. And I realized that she actually had my best interest at heart, because I'm used to always like giving to people. I advise people, I do this, do that, but finding somebody to be doing that very same thing for you and more was rare. So when I see that kind of behavior and the treatment that come towards me, I say, okay, this is uncommon. See, I must reach a spot that you don't even know how to accept it because you're not used to this. So that was something that sort of shaped me and say, okay, this is uncommon, my brother. So I told me, the girl come like say, yo, So when I say I make something there and I realize the consistency behind all of that, I make up my mind say, I'll go after she. And I will say this, and I want persons to take note of this. Sometimes we think that the one is going to just come to you, but I think the Bible says seek for a reason. Once you know what is it that you want, I think you need to pursue it and make it what you want it to be. And that was me. So there are some things that I hope say never be how it was at the time. But my things that I saw the minimum. I say, if this is there, this foundation is there, then everything is possible. So I think this is more than enough to convince me that I could be with this person.
What you saw the minimum in me?
Yeah, I think I say more than the minimum.
Oh, okay.
Like I see the foundation, like the main things that I'm looking for. I saw those stuff. So I realized that, because first and foremost, as I would have said to you from the very, very beginning, say, I don't have much friends. And after interacting with you, you became close to me, and I easily learned to trust you. And not just by my interaction with you, but I realized I focus mainly on how you dealt with others too. So it wasn't difficult for me to trust you. And that kind of helped me to say, okay. And the way you actually thought about me, my own well-being. I say, just save money for me, you know. This girl just take up my money and just save money, and I say, okay. And she not take them out. She just save the money, them $50, she just save them and everything. So I say, you know, find out, man, we take money these days. Like, some little stuff, like, they meant a lot. So, yeah, finally time I decided to, I'm going to take she as my wife. Even she like it or she don't like it or who don't like it, you don't know it.
Force.
The girl I'm wife, is it? She not gonna know. Yeah.
Okay.
You chat
So
bully me, man.
that's how you knew I was the one, the foundation things.
Yeah.
Alright, so for me guys, so hold on, you said something that I want to question. So you said that you were seeking but not like go out there dig up to try to find somebody, and you asked, you had a little list, so you said like God one sharp is like stay like this.
No, I never said that.
What you say?
No, I said that I had in mind my little.
What that mean in your mind?
Oh.
Want her to stay like this, want her to have these characteristics and such and so forth. And then you saw like the minimum here, or a little bit more than the minimum here. That's what you say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did it take a long time for you to see these things? Did you see these things all at once, or then it gradually appear, like, or it did
I think I see it not just in how you dealt with me, but as I said before, you deal with others, and even how you relate about your past relationship. You kind of show me, say, oh, you're a good wife. You understand? So I was assessing you, not just.
so which relationship then?
You want me to talk?
No, me I go cut it out, but
People, she don't want to go yam.
everybody have a yam
She
face.
don't look at yam.
Everybody have a yam face.
But that's why I go sometimes I want to turn yam for wrong people.
You were a yam as well. You were
What?
the farm. Listen, see the farm, yeah.
Sometimes I turn yam for wrong people. But if you're smart, you out there, you see them a yam for wrong people, you realize, say, oh God, this yam just needs to be in the right field. So once the yam going to
But
right
not gonna
field,
take the disrespect.
everything will be okay. So I just big up that yam hill and just put it in the right field. Put it on the green pasta, on the green line. Yeah.
Okay,
Move
no.
on to the question.
You just a slouch down, so come man.
Well, I don't mind talk, yes.
Anyhow, guys, for me, how I knew he was the one, I did not know he was the one, right off the bat, because if you watch the video of how we met and all of that, and what he said just now, me did a push him away, because me never want nobody. Like,
Then entangle with them past people. Continue to talk. Entangle.
wanna leave me alone, like,
Loose.
that look of something here now go work. Me don't want nobody. You know go on go play with somebody else's mind and thoughts and heart and all them something. Them leave me alone. That was my mindset. I was like, yo, this brother could have been a really good friend though. And that was what I was treating him as. Like, even though we would have a little night chats and we say like something start to become something, but not really something yet and all of that. It was like, I remember when I said this in the other video, after those several nights of just sitting outside or attack for hours, like, but that's like, no, me and you get too close, and I left. I went to my yard and I was like, I'm not coming back over there for a little while. We need to just get some breeze. Like, let's just not talk for a while because we've been doing a lot of talking. And so I left. But then he did like, no, why come back? So I was like, all right.
A good thing Papi has seen. Papi must hear the story, eh?
Anyhow, no, for real though, but like, I didn't know he was the one because I was constantly pushing him away. So you nearly miss a blessing. But anyways, I would never have missed my blessing because God would have it that I am a blessed person and a blessing cannot run from me if it is mine. You get me, fam? Anyhow, so I think we were having a similar conversation to this the other day, and I said that it was his consistency that kind of solidified things, because it was like, you have people that in the beginning then do all of the things, and when gonna start like make things official now, the things then start just drop off one. And he wasn't like that. He was consistent right through. Like, the only thing he used to do and I don't know is rub my foot then.
I'm tired, man.
I don't get foot rubs.
I'm tired, man.
I don't get foot rubs.
This was tired of them back and Papi started sleep longer.
Okay, anyways, so he's a very consistent person, and I was like, yo, like, look like you're really mean business. And I think this is what we were talking about the other day, that it wasn't that I prayed for you to come and all of that. It's just that we had core things in our mind where we say, I want my partner to be like this, this, and this. And then counterfeits came and went. And then the real deal come. When the real deal come, you know, say, see, they are the real deal. This not try to be gold. This a gold. This a not wash over.
Put it on the blue light.
Like, it was evident that this was the real deal. Like, you're not pretending to be somebody, you are that somebody. And that inconsistency really did something for me, to tell me that, yo, you know, so that's somebody I really mean you well. As well as when me say I prayed for him, I don't mean I prayed for him to come. That's, should I do that as another video? What am I gonna say not long enough to be another video? Okay, when I say I prayed for him, I don't mean I prayed for him to come, like, God, please send my husband. It wasn't that prayer. It was more like, Lord, wherever he is, whatever he's doing, whoever he's with, protect him, protect his heart. Now make whoever in there will damage him too much, so when he come to me, he can't trust me. Now make whoever in there will damage him too much, so him not have the heart capacity to love me. I prayed for him. I prayed for his well-being, and just that you would protect him and guide him so that he doesn't make any wrong decisions. I prayed for him like he was there. I actually
saw one of your posts on Facebook, a reminder that you posted several years ago before we even know you. And I think that some of those sentiments were in the prayer.
Yeah, because I used to actively pray for whomever I'm going to marry. Like, me don't know you are who yet. At one point I thought I knew who it was, but it turned out not to be. But I remember, like, even when I thought it was person A, I wouldn't call that person's name in my prayers. Like, when I pray for my husband, I would never pray like and say, and Lord bless Roy. It was is that example. Like, it wasn't like that. Even when many things say other somebody there, it was always general. Lord, wherever my husband is, whatever he's doing, whatever he's going through right now, I pray that you protect him. I pray that you guide him and bring him safely to me. And didn't he do it? Didn't he? Won't he do it? But he brought us together nicely. Don't you think so?
Yeah, looking at how everything worked out.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't even supposed to be at JTS.
I wasn't either.
And then everything just worked out, like the behind the scene of just assessing the whole
how we met
together.
Yeah.
It's like God, easy doing it.
He really did that. He did that thing.
In closing on this particular topic, I would say, and how do you know that the person is the person for you? I think it begins with you knowing who you are, and you knowing what you want. If it is that you don't know who you are, you don't know where you are, and then anything come,
me take it.
You're going to take it. You understand? So it's like, say you want a Mark X, and you're going to shop for your Mark X.
I know any Toyota come.
Yeah, one lot of come first. You say, I admit that they want to know.
No,
the Mark X.
Wait for the Mark X.
So I'm simply saying, you need to know who you are. You need to know what is it that you want. You need to pray for it too. We have some people who spiritualize this thing too much. That them sit down waiting for the Lord to put his or her husband. Sorry, put your husband, not about his or her husband. To put your husband or your wife in one gift bag carrying come. You understand? You go.
So people have to come out of the house.
You have to look people to, you understand? want the man go look the man, you want the woman go look the woman.
The man not gonna just appear at
Yeah,
your
no,
gate.
but to say it's ungodly to look anybody. If you want a person, go and look his money. You understand? Once a thing say, yeah, you like the girl there, or you like the you there, go and go look him.
So why you do it me look you?
Depends on how you look me. If you come on probably too strongly as a female, that's a turn off for me. For
So
other
how many
men,
look you?
I
But I
think
give nobody no ideas of look you. You can't get it
if you want to
mistaken.
look me, you see. Anyways, but seriously though, I don't think nothing is wrong with a woman pursuing a man. It's just, I think it's just how it is done. But for me personally, I would prefer to be the one pursuing the woman.
Okay.
You understand?
Because sometimes the man like little selfish and shy.
Yeah, I'm saying nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with the woman pursuing the man. But I know that everybody is different. But me only can speak on this regard for me that if it is that you're pursuing me too hard, I go fret in the sense that I think I can't trust you.
Why?
Because I feel like you're so easy to get. Like you start work and you can work and then close. No, some boys very hard to get.
No, people, I was working at the time, you know. And you know what happened? Anytime I would come home and tell Jerome about my days.
This bloody brother, when name again?
But I call him my name.
I'm sorry, I understand
My
him.
co-worker, like, I had to work with this guy. Like, me did have to work with him. It wasn't any other way where me could have go around it. Me did have to work with him. And Jerome was like, anytime I mention his name,
Every
yeah.
day I come and call his name, say, alright, done.
But me I
now.
tell about me there. And then him me work with, so me have to tell about him.
If you ever know me, I have problem, you understand?
Why?
I come sing my names every day.
Why?
Yeah, every day can I come here and tour with about this brother. I'm say, okay.
So you don't come home and talk story about your co-worker?
No, I'm not that.
Yes, you do.
You don't know.
Every day it's another story about your co-worker.
And I'm go overseas and I call Canesa call me to me. The name was stuck on my head now. Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys.
But that was it though. So go after what you want, pursue what you want, be prayerful about it, be wise about it, but be practical. Okay? That's it for me.
Okay, so my summary is look for consistency. If this is what you want, if this is what you desire or require for the relationship, make that be what you desire and what you require for the relationship. Nobody go too overboard now and be unrealistic
Yeah,
about the thing.
Yeah.
But if this is what you desire, let that be what you
Some
desire.
people too unrealistic. Like the material them to make fun of people don't even make it. So you need to come down and be more realistic.
Yeah, so I think that
I don't look for a 100% perfect person. Sorry for cutting you. As in you want every quality.
sit up now, you just slouch down in the corner song.
As in everything that you see as the ideal, you won't find everything in one person. I understand, and some of you to have some pass. I don't know, so no mother, no father, no people. You know, exist. Everybody different. You understand? Allow people to be different and appreciate that about them.
Yeah.
So, not go too hard for the people, and not go too hard for yourself. Just find, say, yeah, this can work with, and both of you can grow together and basically learn to complete each other. So you won't find it in the get-go, but as you go ahead,
each other.
you understand each other, you understand yourself, so when you become where you fall short, the person is your strength. You understand? That kind of something there. I think we need to have a seminar on this, you know, where people can ask us and we can answer them, because
We can do a
they
live.
actually have the things to say.
We can do a live.
Yeah, but sometimes the question prick it and we can take it and say it. You understand? But we can do a live on
Guys, write live in the comments.
this. Yeah.
But what I was going to say is if you have a standard, if you are not willing to date or marry somebody, spend the rest of your life with somebody who smokes. Just like you smoking as an example. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, it's your thing. But as an example, if you're not willing to live the rest of your life with somebody who smokes, don't say, no man, after we're married, I'm gonna change and stop smoke. If he smoke, he smoke. If he wants to stop smoking, he's going to stop smoking. You can't make him stop. You understand? So if you cannot tolerate it for the rest of your life, do not compromise your values and say, no man, you must stop. And no man, me just want to give him a little more time. If I know that you want, I just know that you want. You get me? Don't make nobody make you think say you want something. If you want, that's why you need to know yourself. That's especially why you need to know yourself, because any Tom Brown come, if Jack like when your ear tall, your ear go tall for the relationship there. And when on the left, if Bob like when your ear long, your ear go long for the relationship. Then know who you are and stand on that. See law. Okay guys, write live down in the comment section. Don't watch me look a great ear them. Yeah, write live down there so we can come and do the live, and make sure so no call him name, because if you no call him name, it not gonna happen. Cause I have to me can't fight the fighter by myself. Me can't force him to do the video them by myself. You not have to help me.
People, puppy has stressed me out.
Nobody blame him because I said it stay for a long time.
Why? I told you we just do all that, alright?
Yes. So now go see so we nice same clothes for our next video.
I wanna comment me. Big up on yourself. What is this?
Half it. Anyways, guys. Bye.